Wonderful morning to everyone. We are actually going to start the week with a fresh and a greenish trend. The trend all based on the US Apex Court's announcement about the recently levied reciprocal tariff by the US president's side that would not be having any impact because it should be removed as soon as possible, the announcement after provided. So because of this, there will be a sure shot of pressure on US government side. Without a congressional support and approval, the extension of the tariffs levied by the administration of US president will not be having the life of the expected things, which are having very higher in terms of percentage and very pressurized one that was used for politically impact. Even it includes India. So that and all got some relaxation while dropping down the 50% of tariff to 18% in the recent negotiation. In all the way, even though it has negotiated, even though it has been in the process of negotiation, and the threatening like the tariffs and all will not be having as they levied on every economy. So anyhow, after the pronouncement of US Supreme Court, the Trump's announcement of again levying 10% as an initial one, immediate effect after the Apex Court's announcement, and then changing into 15% across the global countries, the new tariffs will not be having any power is our prediction based on the constituency and administration oriented powers given for the US president now. But anyhow, it should be based on the legality and based on all the possibilities whether the newly levied taxes can be imposed practically or not. That should be wait and watch about the actions and the results. Anyhow, because of the intervention of the US Supreme Court and on the pronouncement of the removing all the recently levied taxes and all, including India, many economies around the world will be feeling positively, and the refund of the already levied and collected taxes probably getting, even though it is getting some time, it will be refunded to the respective nations. That will be really helping for India. If you want to speak about particularly, that refunding amount will be hugely going to help to fill the gap about the trade deficit of India's one. Because of the wider trade deficit that was feared about to increase because of this tariff actions and all levied on the export-oriented industries, the India was in, of course, a concern about the increasing or widening the trade deficit matter. That, however, going to get some relaxation or breathtaking kind of actions because of the refund amount what the India is really going to get because of this removal of the recently levied taxes. So that's it. That's what the happiest news for economy as well as for the stock market oriented. That will be, of course, a reason we are having to cheer. That too with a fresh note and a fresh day we are actually pitching on now. Based on the previous week's one, if you want to take it as a review, we usually analyze about the market trend. The upward attempt it was taking not has the real follow-through actions. Anyhow, the upward attempt was intact, irrespective of the points it has gained, but irrespective to the attempts or efforts, if you check it out. So that attempts what really had in the previous week will be helping the benchmark indexes to continue with the same even in the increased manner also. If it is happening like that as expected, the things for the levels what and all we can expect means based on the 25,740 as our behavior shift zone, which has acted for the throughout the year of 2025, that is still acting as a pivotal point either side. It is having the chance for confirming the trends in that manner. That 25,740 will be helping every investor, particularly for the short term and long term ones, and traders with the perspective of doing positional trades. Those will be expected to get the confirmation in today's trend, as well as if it is continuously moving or crossing above the 25,740 means tomorrow's one also can be taken for calculating the or conceptual ways you can get understanding the things. So the opening trend will be on the safer and with a gap up manner. So after opening with that point of gap up for Nifty and the Sensex, we can see based on the Nifty's level, the Nifty 50 breaking and sustaining about 25,740, particularly in the large time frames, will be helping the index to move further higher with the constructive behavior. That is more important than doing volatility or range bound actions. With a constructive manner of activities, if the Nifty is staying about 25,740 means the chances are very high to move further upside towards 25,960 to 26,150. Mostly the 26,150 will be the next major resistance we can see once the 25,740 above sustainment getting or giving confirmation or raising confirmation. So these ranges should be noted down. Based on this 25,740 above sustainability, one can keep concentrating on building a fresh longs or accumulating further even. In case if it is trading below 25,740 for any single hour also, you can actually understand the market's real follow through actions after the gap up open is not getting by the Nifty, like you can understand. For that, one should understand along with the observation of the sustained trade of above the level of 25,740, whether it is formed on chart or not is the main thing for every traders, particularly in today's trade, should understand and observe. That is what the strategy for approaching the Nifty. And if it is so, by the way of holding Friday's low as a strong support on immediate basis, every individual stocks under the major sectoral index as well as the Nifty index like Nifty 50, 100, Nifty mid cap, even until the small cap index, constituents can be treated by the way of treating the low of Friday's one as a strong support on immediate basis. And long positions can be built based on this Friday's support, provided it is at least held in the 1 hour large, like a large time frame. From the positional perspective, if the 25,740 on the daily closing basis consecutively 2 days in a row once occurred means the chance for the trend reversal and forming the fresh leg of a bullish rally can be expected from the Nifty side with the target aimed for 26,300 and even beyond to that with a new all-time high prediction. For today's trend, the markets might be getting influenced by the frontline sectors, starting with the banking and finance as a heavy-weighted one. IT, with a large portion of the IT stocks, would be expected to attract buying through the way of short covering. So the F&O constituents under IT sectors can be highly focused. Energy, amongst the other sectors, ended for the recent week. The energy got the new confirmation with the behavior it has shown for the entire week ended for the recently. The energy sector and oriented stocks, including with the oil and gas, would be leading the market, particularly for today and tomorrow, with an intention to attract buying even in a small kind of selling if it is witnessing. So the energy, including Reliance Industries, IOC, BPCL, HPCL kind of OMCs, ONGC, Oil India kind of oil-oriented stocks can be listed out in your trading ideas for the day and even for the next 1 or 2 sessions too. Then the real estate oriented can be monitored because of the short covering, which also may be expected to give a relief rally on the real estate oriented stocks. The telecom is going to rule the entire March, I think, based on the support is going to hold and the breakout it is expected to give on the charts. So the BSE telecom index can be watched out. And we are expecting, because of the Bharti Airtel and Indus Tower, also the Jio, we can see the index moving towards the new highs for the month of February, and even for the month of March also we can expect the rally to be continuing. So the focus can be also done on the telecom oriented stocks. Apart from the sector oriented analysis and the stocks we have discussed, the news based one, that and all actually can be monitored based on the movements they are providing, and that movements can be utilized by the day traders to book the profits or even enter freshly. That stocks include ABB India based on technical, UPL based on scheme of amalgamation announcement by the company side, Bharti Airtel based on the AI, artificial intelligence research and development oriented project it is getting launched by the company. Siemens based on technical behavior. Tixon Technologies based on technical behavior as well as the news. And Railtel Corporation based on the order procurement news. Cipla based on US FDA announcement based one. Also the LIC stake increase. In a mixed way, both the news are there for Cipla. Finally, it is Vikram Solar listed here in this list based on the contract win by the company. These stocks can be highly concentrated by the day traders. Keeping stop loss, a strict stop loss would be required to keep your capital highly protected with the favorable risk and reward ratio one can enjoy. Have a successful trading day today, and based on the close today, you can even assuming it around 2:30 or 3 o'clock itself where it is going to trade and what the level is going to be closed like. Based on our strategy discussed, you can compare the close behavior for the market or Nifty at least, and you can continue building the longs or take the decision on booking the profits, whatever may be on either side, based on the level it is sustaining above or below. There was a query on silver and gold. See, because of these uncertainties on an immediate basis it is happening between the tariff actions. Though the apex court pronounced about removing the taxes, which may take generally in practical manner some time to do all practices by the way of agreeing and accepting after removing the process of removing the levied taxes and all. But against that, the new taxes are also levied across the globe by the US president side. So that will be creating some panic and confusions over the announcement between the court side and US administration side. Because of this reason, the silver and gold will be getting a chance to give a spike on the higher side until the clear effect on the US tax removal pronouncement happening. So until then, the US markets will be having a volatile trade, as well as the silver and the gold based on the US one also having the impact of doing a high volatile trade on the charts. However, the uncertainties always favor for the gold and silver. That is a common factor. So one can enjoy by building the longs or keeping the long positions. But the thing is, the stop loss will be very broader way or a widened way you have to keep. Otherwise, it may easily trigger out. So that's it for gold and silver. So we can now conclude today's session and meet again in the same pre-market outlook session tomorrow. Thank you for participating.